Hi, once again, we're talking about these tubes that I picked up. I don't know where I picked them up from, but they were in storage in the loft, and I brought them down the other day along with those Christmas lights, and I happened to mention it. I said, I've got these tubes, but I can't make them light. I said, I don't know whether they're still working, and my friend suggested there's 5, I think he said the noble gases: helium, neon, argon, krypton, is it? You'll correct me if I'm wrong. I'm supposed to know a bit about chemistry and science, but I forget certain things. Anyhow, I didn't forget, well I did at the time, that I had a source of high voltage that could possibly light these up. It was suggested at the time I use my Rumpf coil, but it's not powerful enough. It will light a neon up, but it won't light one of these tubes up. And I suddenly thought, God, I've got that violet ray machine. If I just use the high voltage part of it, I can try this and see if it works. And it did, so I'm going to give you a little demonstration. We'll plug it in. I have shown you these before. Very safe plug, as you can see. It's an old one. It's based on the German Schuko. It's got a funny shaped pins. Possibly this was made to fit into a special socket, either used by a hospital or alike, I don't know. And it'll start buzzing when I put it in. It's sparking. So suddenly disappear in a puff of smoke, you know what's happened. Now, I can put these on. Now I have to keep this away from my camera. I don't want to blow the blinking camera. In fact, it's making the camera jump a bit now. So I'm holding the cap. I can light them up. But I'm quite away from them and the camera don't like it. Slightly different colours, but they do in fact all light up. I think there's 2 the same colour. Can't seem to make that one work. Let me move that one out the way. I'm a little bit worried about holding it too close to the camera. I don't want to cause it to blow. Put that one a bit further away. Put that one over there. I've got them too close, so actually I don't want them to interact between each one. I want them to light up singly. But I suppose when you're doing these type of experiments, be very wary of any means of taking pictures, cameras and that, because it can affect them if you get too close, and it can be expensive. Try it again. One of them. This one tends to be a greeny coloured light. So a different colour again. So I'm keeping the camera well away, and this is at arm's reach. See all those. Now this one is a UV tube out of one of these heat lamps, some sun ray lamps. To give you an idea of the actual discharge. Not particularly bright at all. So if these were to be properly excited with connection at both ends, they would look quite spectacular. Don't seem so bad now. Then I'm going to turn this off because I feel safer with it unplugged. Not my own electrical safety, as I say, this is very high voltage but very, very low current. I have shown this before with the normal tools that the quack doctors used to use. It's quite a nice little tool actually. There's what's on the box. Needless to say, it's German made. Got the type and the voltage. And in there is simply a vibrating arrangement. You've got a vibrator and a transformer on the same form. You know, you've got the core which operates the vibrator, and overwound you've got many turns that produce the high voltage, and you feed it through to this device here, which I think you'll find there's another coil in there which wraps around that metal. That metal comes out. I just stuck that one in so that I can operate it on the lamps. Anyhow, once again, any questions please ask, and I'll try and get back to you. This other one, by the way, is nothing to do with those other lamps. It just happened that I had this from a very old sunray lamp. They used to have these in the old days. They used to have like a normal nichrome element which would give you infrared. It would give you the heat that would glow, and also you would have UV, which this would produce. Possibly that tube's made of quartz, I would think. It looks as if it is. And of course, very, very healthy by standing in front of that and having the rays go all over you. Instant cancer. Anyhow, that's just a thought. Anyhow, thanks again for watching. Any questions, please get back to me. And that is what those discharge tubes give. So whether they are the 5 colours suggested by Alec, I don't know. I'm not too sure. The idea was there, and a good idea, but it all depends what these tubes are, where they came from. They're not marked up. They don't have the gases stamped onto them, like neon and argon and that. It's just the same tubes. Some of the ends, the electrodes vary a bit. I'll show you the electrodes. That's what the electrodes are like. That one looks like it's made of copper. Well, there's certainly nothing. There's no mercury in. Well, I can't see any mercury in it. So it's solely going on the strength of the voltage to discharge across it. And these things do push out a lot of juice. They do make modern ones of these. I've seen one of my subscribers use one. I think it was probably made in China, and they're quite effective as well. Anyhow, I'm going to stop talking and put it up for YouTube to have a little look. Anyhow, thanks again. Thanks for watching.